Valentine's Day. Hello everybody, my name is Katichu. Welcome to my channel, I'm very glad to have you. And I'm making this video today to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. Now, as you may remember from seeing one of my Halloween videos, shameless plug, no real shame, that this happens to be my least favorite holiday. And I'm still gonna make this video because I feel like it. So, Valentine's Day. Interesting topic. Happens once every year, I suppose. And it's the one time a year where people feel guilty about, well, I guess it's not the only time of year, but it seems to be the main time of year that people seem to feel super guilty about being single. Now, yours truly happens to be single this Valentine's Day, and I've got no problem with that whatsoever. Not even a little bit. I'm not being sarcastic or anything either. There is nothing wrong with being single on Valentine's Day. And it doesn't mean that you're alone either. I know that Valentine's Day is focused more so on romantic love, and that's because it's based on a pagan holiday about love and, making love, I guess. And then they called it St. Valentine's Day because the church was like, we gotta cover up all this Roman pagan-y stuff, so let's make it about St. Valentine. And there may not have even been a St. Valentine. The origins of Valentine's Day are super murky at best, so that's why they don't even really see it as like a religious holiday anymore, period. Even though it's still called St. Valentine's Day. Which is interesting, because Valentine sounds more like a surname than a first name, but I mean, I don't know, I wasn't about to judge. So that was one thing that I always thought was weird. But anyway, I know it's focused more so on romantic love, but that doesn't mean it has to be solely about romantic love. If you're not in a relationship right now, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And there's nothing wrong with you either. Maybe you're single right now because you were with somebody and they broke up with you. There are some bad people out there who love to break up with people on or right before Valentine's Day. Now, I was very quick to just be like, oh, that guy's a dick, or oh, that girl's a dick. But there is a lot of pressure that seems to be put on couples to have the perfect Valentine's Day. About to make another shameless plug here to my birthday video, where I talk about how our expectations for both birthdays and Valentine's Day are built up so incredibly high. You have to meet these expectations. You have to have the perfect romantic dinner with the candles lit and the 5-course meal and the violinist playing the music for you, and you gaze dreamily into each other's eyes, and then you smooch. Mwah. And you have the chocolates and the roses and everything is perfect, and you're out on the boat rowing, and it's night, and there's the fireworks in the background, and everything is perfect because you are in love, and love is all that matters. Love is for the young and the beautiful. Or well, that's what Hallmark movies tell us, or Hallmark whatever, I don't know. That's like a stereotype of it. So a lot of people feel really self-conscious about being by themselves on Valentine's Day, quote unquote. And you really don't have to feel sad. You don't have to be alone either. You can be with anybody that you want to. You can be with friends. You can be with family. In fact, one of my favorite Valentine's Days thus far, shout out to my good friend Emily and her other friend whose name I'm forgetting, sorry other friend. But I remember it was 2014, I was still living by myself in Toledo, and she called me up. She was really upset. She was seeing this guy, they broke up, and she just really did not want to be by herself on Valentine's Day. And I was like, alright, no, we can spend time together, that's totally cool, anything you want to do. So she recommended we go to eat, and we decided to go to Famous Dave's. So we went to Famous Dave's, and that's the first and only time I've ever been there. It's a famous barbecue chain in, I guess it's in all over America, I don't know. Maybe it's just a Midwestern thing, maybe it's just a Michigan thing, I don't know. But I remember, I shit you not, we drove around that tiny parking lot for an hour and a half trying to get a parking spot because it was jam-packed. Literally every restaurant was jam-packed. And then we had to wait for like an hour to be seated after that. But you know what? It was really nice just spending time with each other, enjoying each other's company. We had to wait for her other friend who came later on, and then afterwards we went to, I think it was Dairy Queen? It was some ice cream place, and we got ice cream, and we just talked, and it was a great time. See, Valentine's Day doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be romantic love, and you don't have to feel all this pressure to live up to all these insane, unrealistic expectations. Because these expectations are being set up by companies. And why are they doing that? It's because they want that cash money, though. You know, the jewelry companies, they want you to buy extraordinarily, ridiculously expensive jewelry for the lovely lady in your life. Even though they probably don't even want that. They might, I don't know. I don't know every woman in the universe, obviously. But, you know, I know my mom was like, I don't want that. No, if your husband gave me that, I would tell him to take it back to the store. And I know a lot of other women like that too, because it's so expensive. It's like, oh, I just don't feel comfortable accepting something this expensive. And in addition to that, you also have florists, and they're like, buy a dozen roses for the love of your life, because if you don't, that means you don't love them. And there's the candy companies, and they're like, buy all the chocolates, buy all the candies, buy everything. Hallmark companies selling you fancy cards, selling you stuffed animals, little heart thingies. They sell you Valentines for kids to give out at school. Like, everything about Valentine's Day is just about making that cash money. And it makes you feel bad because you're not doing those things with that significant other or whatever, so you feel like there's something wrong with you. A lot of people get really sad and really lonely and really down on themselves on Valentine's Day. And I'm just telling you that it doesn't have to be that way. So like I was saying before I got off track, even though the holiday was founded on the idea of romantic love and being with your one true love or whatever, it doesn't have to be that way. You can spend time with anybody that you love. You can spend time with your family. You can spend time with your friends. You can spend time with your cat. I see you over there, Chowder. You can spend time with your cat. You can spend time with whoever you want. You know I love you, Chowder. He's squirming. He was like, Mama, why'd you pick me up? You know I love you, buddy. You are my baby. You are my Valentine. Happy Valentine's Day. He wants down. Alright, you can leave freedom. You can have freedom. Chowder, I love you. He's my Valentine. What is wrong with me? But you can spend Valentine. Now he's going into his tunnel for security. This is Chowder's security tunnel. That is where he hides away to when he is feeling uncomfortable. You can do whatever you want, or even if you do want to spend time by yourself, that's totally cool too. You need to love yourself. You need to take care of yourself. Because trust me, if you don't, then no one else is going to. Which brings me to the next topic I was going to talk about, is your own mental health. Before you can really truly love another person, you need to be able to love yourself first. And I know that sounds super cliche, but it's true. If you don't love yourself, if you hate yourself, how can you expect anybody else to love you either? And I know that probably sounds really vain, like, oh, I love myself, I look at myself in the mirror all day, every day, 24/7. I'm so narcissistic. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about being obsessed with yourself. I'm talking about, you know, liking yourself, having self-esteem, having confidence, taking pride in, be it your appearance, be it who you are, what you've done, how you've helped others, whatever it is that makes you happy. You need to take care of yourself. Now, every year for the last 12 years, this wonderful organization that I'm a huge fan of, called To Write Love on Her Arms, has done a live stream. It's called Valentine's Day Doesn't Have to Suck. So if you really are just by yourself and you don't have anybody to spend time with or even talk to, and you just really don't feel comfortable being alone on Valentine's Day, I highly recommend you tune into that. I met Jamie back in 2011 when he did a talk at my college, and he is just such a cool guy, and he's so kind and genuine, and I've been following that cause for almost 10 years now, and I've never heard any controversy about it, like being like, oh, they're stealing money, or oh, this or that. No, Coney 2012 or whatever. I'm gonna link to it down below too. It's gonna be airing at 8 p.m. tonight on Valentine's Day. So if you're by yourself and you really feel like you need somebody there, even if it's not physically there with you, then I highly recommend tuning in and just talking to people, because there's people who tune in too. They had a live stream event thing, and I don't really do live streaming because I'm super awkward and uncomfortable in my own skin sometimes. So I'm just gonna record this video, and, you know, I'll still use that hashtag or whatever, and, you know, maybe it'll help somebody. Maybe it'll help somebody feel better. Maybe it'll help somebody feel more comfortable in their skin. Maybe it'll make somebody's day. Or maybe nobody will watch it, I don't know. It all depends. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, here's some other fun, cool stuff you can do on Valentine's Day. This right here is my personal favorite. Let's say that somebody broke your heart and it's leaving you feeling extra salty this Valentine's Day. Did you know there is not one, not two, but 3 zoos out there that are letting you name a cockroach in honor of your ex? I'm not making this up. It's the best thing I've ever read. So this one I believe is free. This is being done by the El Paso Zoo in Texas, and it's called the Quit Bugging Me Meerkat event. They will live stream this on Facebook and on the zoo's website. You're gonna go on their Facebook page, and you message them the name of your ex. And the names of these exes will be displayed around the meerkat exhibit and on social media starting February 11th. So it's probably too late. It's too late for that, sorry. I should have made this video sooner. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, if you posted this February 11th or sooner, then they would have been displayed all around the Meerkat Museum of these awful people. And on the zoo's website as well. And the zoo calls it the perfect Valentine's Day gift. And starting at 2 p.m., they're going to show a live stream, both on their Facebook page and on their website, of the exes cockroaches being fed alive to meerkats for your enjoyment. So, hooray for snuff films! There's also the Hemsley Conservation Centre in Kent, England. And unfortunately, this event is already over. The deadline for it has already come to pass. You had to have your submissions in by February 10th, so it's too late for this one. Sorry, but maybe they'll do it again next year. You never know. In exchange for a generous donation, I believe it started at £150, which is equivalent to about $2 USD. You were going to get to name a cockroach after an ex, but you can name it after whoever you wanted, be it a friend. I don't know why you would name it after a friend. Maybe they were a really shitty friend or just somebody you dislike, and you got a certificate mailed to you in honor of it, which I think is hilarious. Unfortunately, they already had their deadline for that, so maybe next year if they do it again, you better do it again, guys. And then, here is my personal favorite. My absolute personal favorite. This is the cutest one, too. IMO. The Bronx Zoo is offering us all a timeless gift. That is how they're advertising it, a timeless gift of naming a roach. After the chocolates have been eaten and the flowers wilt, roaches remain thriving and triumphant. Give the gift that is eternal and name a roach for Valentine's Day. And then you got all these little cute merchandise too. I mean, you had to spend a lot more money for this, obviously, because, you know, the one was free and the other one was like, what, $2? But this one was more money, but you got stuff for it too. Like, they had beanies, and they had mugs, and they had little cute cockroach pins with a flower on them. But those are sold out, unfortunately. And then they had combo packs. And you also got a beautiful certificate. Give your sweetie a roach pin to show off your love all year round. How romantic. Whether it's filled with coffee or cocoa, this stylish mug is sure to earn you points. The best way for your Valentine to stay warm while bragging about their newly named roach. And the original. This one's $15, which is the least expensive. The only gift that says, our love will last a lifetime. Name a Bronx Zoo Madagascar hissing cockroach after your sweetie and send them a digital certificate. I just love the idea of naming a toxic ex. Be it an ex-lover or an ex-romantic interest or an ex-friend, ex-whatever, a cockroach. I just find that so funny. Or if the pettiness or whatever you want to call that is not your thing, there's still so many cutesy fun Valentine's Day things to do. One of my favorite things to do is to just browse Valentine's Day cards that are just so funny that people made. There's Nicolas Cage ones. The Kanye West one is probably my favorite. It's just so cheesy and funny. And there's also places that have their specials, like Jet's Pizza. Jet's Pizza has a heart-shaped pizza that they sell only on Valentine's Day, which I think is funny. Then there was this hilarious Dairy Queen commercial that they played last year too, apparently, where it's this couple and he's got this big, beautiful jewelry box. Like he's giving his girlfriend or fiance or wife or whatever one of those incredibly expensive Pandora bracelet thingies, and he opens it for her and you see her reaction is like, and then it cuts to the next shot and it's a giant ice cream heart-shaped cake, and it appears in the fancy jewelry box was this Dairy Queen plastic spoon to eat it with, and it was like the perfect gift to share. or just have a little treat for yourself. And honestly, even if today isn't going to be your piece of cake, there's still a reason to stick around. You want to know why that is? Most of this Valentine's Day shit is not going to sell. It's going to sit on the shelf. So, you know what that means? Tomorrow, there's going to be extraordinarily discounted candy. Candies, chocolates, flowers, whatever the hell you want. Half the price, quarter of the price, maybe even $1. I don't know, ridiculously cheap, because they're like, please get rid of it. February 15th, day after Valentine's Day. November 1st, day after Halloween. And whatever day comes after Easter, because that holiday's weird and decides it wants to change every day of the year based on the moon or whatever. But those 3 are the best days to buy yourself some chocolate or some candy or whatever kind of sweets you're craving, because they are so discounted and it's amazing. But anyway, this is something that I wanted to make for a little bit now, because I know Valentine's Day, like I said, least favorite holiday. I don't hate it as much as I used to, but I remember like back in my late teens, early 20s, I remember just being like, oh, I hate it. I hate all this. It's disgusting. It's gonna fade. Nobody really, love doesn't last forever. And like just wincing whenever I looked at a happy couple in public and stuff, because I was so angsty and heartbroken or whatever. But honestly, guys, know that you're cared about. If anything, I care about you. And I hope that means something to y'all. So, please take care of yourselves. Take care of your mental health. If it is just you, you can have a fun day at the spa or treat yourself to whatever it is you're feeling like treating yourself to. Take care of yourself. And, hey, maybe let me know what you're planning on doing for Valentine's Day down in the comments below, because I'm gonna read them. I might even give them a Valentine's Day heart if I feel so inclined. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I love you, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye. I love you. I know I said that already, but I'm emphasizing it for this Valentine's Day themed video. Love you. And my cats love you too. This is gonna be adorable. I'll be right back. Come here, buddy. Oh, no. Stay. You can spend time Valentine's Day. It's a holiday that it feels like everybody either absolutely loves or absolutely loathes. It feels like there really isn't any kind of middle ground here. Let me get my bullet points. I'm starting to feel myself forgetting. I'm starting to feel my plans seeping out of my brain. I'll be right back. I'm hoping this will help keep me less rambly. I made a list of bullet points on my phone, so that way I can keep on track a little bit better. Hopefully it can help me cut down a little bit on that editing. Shadow's hanging out by the door now. Of course he wants to go up now that I closed it. You know how cats are. They want to go in and they want to go out. And they want to go in and they want to go out. But they only want the one that is inconvenient for you. There's also the Hemsley Conservation Center. There's also the Hemsley Conservation. There's also the Hemsley Conversation. There's also the Hemsley Conservation Center. Give your sweetie a pin to show off their roach love all year long. Name a Bronx Zoo Madagascar hitching. Most of this Valentine's Day shit is not gonna sell. It's gonna shit.